Hey, my Liptons. I wanted to do this video because there's different topics I want to talk about. Well, different sects I want to talk about when it comes to female rappers of right now. And I have different ones on this slide, but I on my colorism video, I touched on how, like, female rap, especially for the past decade to now, it's been really, like, getting light bright, right? And obviously, as we can tell, like, the female rappers that are popular, that are quote unquote, well, when I say popular, I also mean, like, TikTok popular and, like, the buzz on, like, the internet, not so much so, like, on, like, what people are really listening to when I go outside of my apartment and, like, what are they bumping on the streets, that sort of thing. And those are some of the female rappers that are popular today. It's interesting. And I also want to talk about the female rappers that are blowing up, right? So clearly the ones that are TikTok popular that are starting to blow up in the mainstream, right? So I know previously I talked about female rappers. I've talked about different ones who I've liked, who I didn't like, that sort of thing, or who needs work. As you guys know, like, I grew up a Nicki fan. I haven't really been feeling what Nicki has been putting out lately, but, like, if you play old stuff, Nicki, like, Pink Print and all that, that's my era of Nicki. I'm a Megan Thee Stallion fan. I like Megan Thee Stallion. Sweetie, I don't really listen to her like that. Cardi, Cardi. I'm not a Cardi fan, but I'll give certain props when props are due if Cardi does well on a verse. But, like, I think Cardi's okay. And I also have some new female rappers on here, as you guys can see. I'm gonna get to this bunch later. Lola Brooke, Glorilla, and obviously right here we have Ice Spice, Lotto, and Doja Cat. Even though personally I think that Doja Cat is a pop star, so anytime I try to find these photos, it's like Doja Cat is either on the side or on the middle. It's like they want Doja Cat to be a rapper so bad, and it's like, maybe that's a whole different conversation that we need to have with these, like, singing, rapping artists or whatever. But I've noticed there is a buzz, unfortunately, when it comes to the rapper Ice Spice, right? And Ice Spice, listen, of course, she's a New Yorker. She's from the Bronx. So I was like, okay, another New Yorker, Bronx girl. Let's see what she's giving. And here's the thing. Obviously, and it's been happening for, like, the past couple of years. The industry is moving differently, especially when it comes to artists. And I feel that way about males and females. The artistry, the work, the lyricism isn't there like how it used to be. It's very few that gives me that. And Ice Spice does not serve that for me, right? Her raps are very campy. It's camp. It's like, no pun intended, it's very SpongeBob, because she does actually have a song called Bikini Bottom. So, yeah, like, Ice Spice blew up with the song Munch. You thought I was feeling you? Munch. So, that part, I wouldn't mind it if Ice Spice stayed on TikTok. Like, if she was TikTok famous. I don't think that Ice Spice deserves, like, the mainstream push that I have a feeling that they're going to go to when it comes to her. Because, oh God, I don't mean to sound rude or shady, I just don't think that she has the lyricism, the bars, to be mentioned with like a quote unquote Nicki Minaj or a Megan Thee Stallion. Like, she's not that girl. And it's like, and this is why I feel like maybe I do need to talk about how, and okay, so I'm gonna get to that later. Of course, you know, Lotto, I spoke about Lotto before. Personally, for me, I'm not a fan of Lotto. Like, I'm not a fan of her rap style. Personally, for me, I feel like, and this is my own personal opinion, my own personal taste, I would say, I feel like when I, like, the rappers that I like, I mostly enjoy, like, Northeast or East Coast and West Coast rappers. I think it's their accent. Like, it's weird because Megan Thee Stallion, it actually, y'all guys don't know this, but it actually took me a while to get used to Megan Thee Stallion's, like, rapping style. At first, I was not a fan of Megan Thee Stallion's rapping style. Like, I thought that the way she pronounced things wasn't, like, for me, because I think that I'm also from the East Coast, so that's probably why I'm used to, like, the rapping style, the delivery, and the accents of, like, how people on the East Coast, or even on the West Coast, because I feel like, in a way, it's kind of similar, so it's more pleasing on the ears when I hear it. When Megan Thee Stallion first came out and I was listening to her, I was like, it maybe might take me a while. Like, I don't know, like, it's just like, I don't know, with Southern rap, it's a very specific kind of, like, delivery that you have to get used to. And it took me a while, honestly, for me to really get used to Megan Thee Stallion. Now I really like Megan Thee Stallion. I think Traumazine was a great album. Like, I think Megan Thee Stallion has bars, she has lyricism, that sort of thing. When I look at Lotto, and, you know, I hear the songs, Lotto, I think in a way, she's the same way when it comes to Megan Thee Stallion, because, you know, they're both, you know, from the South girls and that sort of thing, so their rapping style is very different. Not that they don't change their flow, because they you know, both of them, listen, Southern rappers change their flow. I think that why people are not really resonating with someone like Lotto or even a Megan Thee Stallion is because of, I think that people are so used to, you know, the East Coast kind of rap, or like the West Coast kind of rap, that, like, it's more, in a way, even though as crazy as it may sound, it's unusual to hear someone with an accent to be as big as someone, like, for instance, like a Nicki Minaj or or Cardi B. It's the same way for me how, like, I don't really like, you know, UK, like, British rap. Like, I think, like, honestly, y'all, I try my best. I try so hard to listen to, like, rappers outside of, like, the United States. But it's, like, it's so hard for me because it's just, like, I'm sorry. Like, no, like, I feel like Americans do rap way better compared to, like, everybody else. So that's not really my cup of tea. But no, like, it's a thing where it's, like, where, like, the different, wherever you are in the places that you're from, I think that how, like, the delivery and, like, how, like, your accents sound within that delivery is, it can be a hit or miss for me. And I feel like for Lotto, so far, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, so far there is not one song that I like from Lotto. And I kind of feel like the public is starting to kind of feel that way when it comes to her. That's why you're starting to see low key. I think I'm starting to. I'm seeing it already. It looks like Ice Spice and is going to surpass Lotto. To me, because I think that they're pushing her. I mean, well, she needs the right team, but right now, because she's from the Bronx and she's New York, and, you know, they find her delivery more pleasing compared to Lotto. And plus, we gotta be honest, Lotto's album sales hasn't done so well. not to say that Ice Spice's, you know, EP, but whatever mixtape, whatever she released did well too. No, like, I think I saw, like, you only did, like, what, a 15K? Which wasn't the greatest. But then again, Lotto only sold, what, 17K? So it's like, the fact that Ice Spice did 15K and Lotto did 17K, that's not too far apart, you know? So I think that if Ice Spice gets the buzz that she needs, she's going to surpass Lotto. So I don't know what Lotto has to do. Maybe she needs to practice with different sounds or whatever. Oh no, you know what? I said that I didn't like any of Lotto's songs. I did like Lotto's verse on Budget with Megan Thee Stallion. Like, I did like her voice. I thought it was cute. Maybe if Lotto does like the trap sound ish, I think that she would build well, because that's why, like, the Migos at the time was so popular, because like trap was their sound. Mind you, Migos were Southern rappers, right? So maybe if she goes through that route, maybe she'll be a little bit more up to par, because the only hit that came out of Lotto's album was Big Energy. And that was, you know, because, you know, it had a pop sound. So, of course, you know, the mainstream, different demographics are going to eat that up. When it comes to Cardi, God, here's the thing. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of, like, I'm not a big fan of Cardi's music. Like, she needs to switch up her bars. Like, she really needs to switch up her bars, and she also needs to switch up her flow, because first of all, Cardi's flow on Tomorrow 2 and on No Limit were amazing. She needs to start practicing with different flows. I think that her own personal flow isn't the best for her. Cardi's really needs to release an album. She really does. Like, at this point, like, but then again, it seems like the momentum is gone. Like, Cardi should have released the album after Up went #1. Because that's when the momentum went back up. Because I remember, and mind you, I'm not on TikTok, but I remember going on Instagram and stuff like that. And you know how Instagram, they show you different shorts and that sort of thing. And everybody was doing, like, the updates with the big bad, bada. There was a lot of momentum there, and especially with WAP. So had Cardi released that album around between WAP and Up, I think that her album would have done well. Right now, there's no momentum when it comes to Cardi the way that it was for Invasion of Privacy. I don't know. Like, I just don't think that Cardi's second album is going to do the numbers that Invasion of Privacy did. Unless Cardi needs to give us something completely different. We can't get the same, you know, elementary school bars and rhymes. We need to hear something different. Like what she did in Tomorrow 2, that's exactly what she's gonna have to give us in her second album. She needs to give us that. She needs to give us the flow that she gave on No Limit. That's still one of my favorite Cardi B verses on No Limit with G-Eazy. She needs to give us that, okay? And she also needs to get off the internet, because for some reason I'm still seeing that Cardi's still arguing with people on the internet and on Twitter. I don't know what's happening there. She needs to stop that. Girl, you're a mother of 2. Get offline. Sweetie, oh my gosh. Let me be nice, because I do have a subscriber that's like a sweetie, like that, like Sweetie. Okay. If Sweetie, you know what? I'm gonna give Sweetie a chance. I'm gonna give her a chance. If Sweetie proves to us that, like, she's gonna, because I heard the snippet to that Barbie girl song thing that she's trying to do. It's not my cup of tea. But I do think that TikTok is gonna eat that up. I think TikTok is gonna eat it up. It's probably gonna go top 20, top 10. But you know, Sweetie. So she's gonna do whatever she's gonna do. Nicki, I don't know. Like, I'm not really thirsting for a Nicki album right now. I think that, like, you know, Nicki's giving us what she has to give us. Maybe for the next album for her to talk about motherhood and that sort of thing, I guess. Because I don't know. I don't want to hear, like, the same topic with Nicki, because like that's why I was low key disappointed. Well, not low key. Super Freaky Girl was not a good song. I'm sorry. It's like Nicki had that song in the vault for like 5 years, and then all of a sudden she just decided to release it because it was going to be like a fast #1. But I don't know. I wasn't a fan of Super Freaky Girl. Hopefully she gives us something different for the new album, and we see something different from her. But I will say though about Nicki, Nicki also needs to improve on her performances live. She needs to improve on her performances live. When I see people like Megan Thee Stallion, when I see people like Cardi, when I see people like Doja, even Lotto now, I'm starting to see it. I saw clips of Lotto. They're really putting it in when it comes to live performances. Like, it's not just about like the rapping now. Like, you need to catch our attention. And y'all know how Nicki is live. Y'all know. Listen, I've been watching Nicki since I was a kid. Okay, Nicki, when she performs, she'll rap, and then she'll pause, and then she'll be like, "Hey," and then put the mic towards the audience to sing the best. Hey. Da, 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 hey. And it's like, girl, I'm not trying to see that. I'm not trying to see that. I'm not trying to enjoy that. Nicki needs to start putting in more effort when it comes to live performances, because like the girls are really eating. Like, and it's not just anymore where it's like, or like you just stand there like male. And that's why I feel like people don't want to go to, I don't focus on male rappers, because male rappers put no effort when it comes to performances and live and doing all that. All they do is jump around on stage and go home. I don't like that. Give the fans a show. You know, give us our money's worth. So I really want Nicki to like really put it in, like on tours, on concerts, whatever, to really give us something. Give me more than what you're doing right now, because honestly, for her live performances, it honestly gives me nothing. Like, she's just either walking around, you know, putting her, you know, making sure her hair is nice, and then goes on about her day. And it's like, no, girl, like, I want to see you dance down. Like, give me something for these, because Nicki got songs where it's like, you got to really do some choreography for it. Like with Super Bass or Pound the Alarm, Truffle Butter. So she needs to put in the work. She needs to put in the work when it comes to her live performances. Megan Thee Stallion, let me say this. Y'all know me, I like Megan Thee Stallion. I do. But once Megan Thee Stallion gets out of this label, you know, because I heard rumors that she was going to sign with Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Because, you know, Columbia, I think Beyonce's on Columbia, Adele, that sort of thing. When she goes, let's say for instance, she goes, you know, she gets out of like the 1501 label and goes under Columbia. I don't want to hear no more excuses. This, like, Megan Thee Stallion's album needs to sell. Not to say her albums, like, obviously compared to these other girls, like Ice Spice and Lotto, like, you know, of course her albums have done better than what they've done, but it still hasn't been like what it should have been, especially like with Traumazine, because I do know with Traumazine, the 1501 label has been sabotaging that. But this time when she goes to the other label and she signs with them, I'm gonna need you to get the promotion on deck. Make sure this album sells like 100,000 copies the first week. You know what I'm saying? I need 100K copies the first week. I don't want to hear no more excuses. No more, oh, they're not promoting me. Or no more, da, da, da. You have 30 million followers on Instagram, okay? Unless there's something going on. Because it's like, and that's the part I don't be getting, y'all. I don't understand how these people be having so many followers, but yet some of these people can't even break like 50K. Like Lotto, I'm looking at Lotto. I don't know how many. I think Lotto got billions of followers on Twitter, but yet her album only sold 17K. Ice Spice, you know, getting buzz, but her EP only sold 15K. So it's like I don't know what's happening. Like Sweetie's another one. Sweetie got like what 7 million followers or something like that on Instagram, but yet her that mixtape only sold like what was it, 5K or something like that. So I don't want to hear no more excuses. Like Megan Thee Stallion, like the thing is, Megan Thee Stallion got the skills, she got the bars, she got the lyricism. The only thing is, I do think that she needs to find the right a beat producer for her songs, because sometimes I feel like she can miss sometimes with like the bars, and the lyricism doesn't match with like the production of it. So hopefully she can like get that. It's like Megan Thee Stallion needs like a Mike Will Made It. I think that would be the perfect person for her to really get into her gig and really give us that hit. But yeah, like hopefully, you know, she gets out of this label, she goes to Columbia, she signs, she has that major push, you know, and she sell these records, go on tour, and forget these people, you know, and you know, with the court case and everything, put that behind you. At the end of the day, this guy's in jail, and you know, go on about your day, you know. So, but yeah, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I do want to say, sorry, y'all. With the new girls, and obviously Ice Spice is a part of that lineup. Glorilla, Lola Brooke. I don't know who this is though. I don't know who that is. The one, the beautiful dark skinned girl, but I'm gonna find out later. Here's the thing. I know y'all guys like Glorilla. I know y'all guys like Gorilla. I know y'all guys like Gorilla. Y'all, I cannot get into Glorilla. Like I low-key can like tolerate her voice on Tomorrow 2 and on FNM, but like I when I heard Blessed, I'm sorry, no ma'am, no ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't know what is it with you guys in these like deep throated like female rappers. It's like nowadays y'all guys like that deep voiced rappers. It's like I don't understand, like why like I get it, you know, she is different compared to the other girls, but it's like I don't know, Glorilla's voice is way too deep for me, like, and there are times where I feel like she's fighting the beat. So, and low-key Lola Brooke is the same way too. Her voice is kind of deep, you know, too. But I actually do like Don't Play With It though. That song Don't Play With It with Lola Brooke, give me peso, moi, secho, gra. So she's cool for now, I will say, but like her voice is definitely not for me per se. And I also feel that way about Glorilla as well. And now honestly, I have to be honest with y'all, it's about longevity now. Who do I think, especially with these new rappers, because here's the thing, when I look at this picture right here, obviously apart from Sweetie, I see, obviously, you know, Nicki has been in the game for whatever, so obviously we're gonna count her out because she's already been here a decade or so. When I think of female rappers who are gonna be here in a decade or so, I would say, like, I don't know, I'm still on the fence with Cardi. I'm still on the fence with Cardi B because I feel like Cardi B is not committed enough for this. Like, it's like she wants it, of course she does, but it's like she's lollygagging way too much. The fact that Megan Thee Stallion released mixtapes and 2 albums before you, Cardi, and you came into the game before her, and you only got 1 album out. Megan Thee Stallion got 2 albums out with 2 different mixtapes. You know, for the Something for the Hotties, Sugar, and then she got the 2 albums, Good News and Traumazine. And mind you, Cardi B's been out longer than Megan Thee Stallion. Why hasn't Cardi B released an album yet? So it's like, I don't know. If Cardi B don't release this album this year, I'm not sure. I'm kind of gonna have to put her in that, you know, Normani lane. I might have to put her in the Normani lane. So I don't know. Cardi needs to get it together. But I'm going to give Cardi maybe a good 5 years. I'm going to give her a good 5 years. Megan Thee Stallion, I think Megan Thee Stallion wants this. I think she's hungry. I think that, you know, I don't think that she wants to be like the, you know, because you know how we are with Stan Twitter and stuff like that. Oh, the queen. No. I think that Megan Thee Stallion wants to be successful. She wants those #1s. She wants the awards. And I also think she wants to live her life. So I do definitely see Megan Thee Stallion being here for another decade. Doja Cat, I do, even though Doja Cat is whatever. Doja Cat, yeah, you know, I see her being here for a while. Lotto, I don't know. I don't know how the public will receive her in 5 years time. If she will sell, what is it gonna give? Ice Spice, I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not see Ice Spice lasting. There's no shade. I do not see Ice Spice lasting. I do not see her lasting. I'm sorry. Like, she's a New Yorker too, so it's just like, okay. But like, I don't know. I don't see her lasting. I think that she's getting a buzz right now. She's getting a little bit of heat. But like, if this girl does not improve on lyricism, on bars, even picking out the beats, I do not see her. I see her becoming already. I already see her becoming a punchline. But if she does not really get serious, she's not gonna last. I really don't think that she's gonna. I don't think that she's gonna last anyway. So it is what it is. So I'm not gonna waste my time. Honestly, Glorilla. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm also have to give Glorilla 5 years. I'm gonna give her 5 years. I have to give her 5 years. I'm gonna give 5 years is neutral. So Glorilla neutral, Cardi neutral, Lotto neutral, and Ice Spice neutral. Like, I have to give them the neutral vibe. Lola Brooke, I'm gonna see what she gives. Hopefully she gives us more of those bops. And because, you know, people are already kind of comparing her to Little Kim, so hopefully she breaks out of those comparisons, and so people can see her for, you know, for her as Lola Brooke. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. Glorilla, I have to give her another neutral. Lola Brooke, I'm not too sure yet. I'm gonna see how it is, and then I'm gonna give my opinion when it's time. But yeah, like I just think that it's a very interesting time when it comes to female rappers. A very interesting time. And right now, none of them are making any buzz except for Ice Spice. But then again, I feel like Ice Spice is more popular within the urban space. Like, yeah, she's marketable because she, you know, she's a light-skinned girl. She's very, like, bright. But I don't know. We'll see if she goes mainstream and how she lasts. I honestly don't think that Ice Spice is gonna last. And that's just my personal opinion. I just don't see it for her like that in 5 years, but we'll see. I could be wrong, but we'll see. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Who do you guys think is gonna really last in this game? Obviously, apart from Nicki, because Nicki lasted a decade or so. But like, who do you guys think is gonna last? Who do you guys think are looking forward to their music? Are you guys listening to anybody? Are you guys listening to Ice Spice? Are you guys listening to Glorilla? How do you guys feel about Glorilla? And or any of these female rappers, about how you guys feel about Cardi still not releasing this album? You know, like, and the fact that her peers, freaking, you know, Ice Spice and what's the face, Megan Thee Stallion released 2 albums before Cardi B, and Cardi B was out before Megan Thee Stallion. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Honestly, if Nicki releases her album before Cardi, it's gonna be like, at this point, I don't know what to say. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, the channel is growing as the days go on. Thank you guys so much.